Hello everyone, welcome to EduCare 247. This is the fourth lecture of Important Reports and Indices series. This series is very much useful for RBI, NABARD and SEBI examination. In this series, we discuss report published by important international and national organization. In our fourth lecture, we are discussing Global Gender Gap Index Report 2020. This report is very much useful for your upcoming examination. NABARD has announced 139 vacancies for NABARD Grade A Officer 2020. EduCare 247 has launched course for NABARD Grade A examination, and this is the crash course. In this crash course, you will get general awareness, economic and social issues, agriculture and rural development, and computer awareness, current affairs. You will get a static portion of agriculture section. You will get reports and indices, budget and economic survey, report published by different ministries, summary of Kurukshetra, and many other things. What are you waiting for? Enroll for this course. The course fees is 2,499. You can visit educare247.com and subscribe to the courses. We have a special courses for agriculture section also. You can visit our website and subscribe to the agriculture course only. Let's discuss Global Gender Gap Index 2020. Recently, this report has been released and India is ranked 112th among 153 countries. It is an annual report published by World Economic Forum. Every year, this report has been publishing, and first time this report was published in 2006. This report measures progress towards gender parity in 4 dimensions. The 4 dimensions are economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, political empowerment. So these are the 4 dimensions for Global Gender Gap Index. What it tracks progress on relative gaps between women and men on health, education, economy and politics. It also set the priorities for the development of women. Over the index, the highest possible score is 1, that means equality, and the lowest possible score is 0, that is inequality. So a score varies between 1 to 0 for different countries. So this is the basic idea about this index. Let's discuss some key findings of this index. Globally, the average population weighted distance completed to gender parity is 68.6%, and it will take 99.5 years to achieve full parity between men and women. So this is the overall findings of this report. The largest gender disparity in political empowerment. Only 25% seats in the parliament around the world are occupied by women, and only 21% ministers are women. So you can see the parity. Iceland has been front runner on the Global Gender Gap Index from the past 11 years. You can see that Iceland has topped, and it is on the top position from the last 11 years. The second position is taken by Norway, then Finland is there. You can see that India's position, that is 112. The lowest position has been taken by Yemen, 153. Pakistan is also 151, and Iraq is 152. So you can see that it has closed almost 88% of its gender gap, that is Iceland. So Iceland is on the top position and it has closed 88% of its gender gap. Lowest is Yemen. You can remember this key point. This can be asked in the examination. Let's see some important findings related to India. India has slipped 112th position from the last 108th position. Last year India was on 108th position. This year India is on 112th position. And in 2006, India was on 98th position. So India's progress has been down from the past. Our neighbor China is at 106th position. Sri Lanka is on 102nd position. You can see Brazil, that is 92nd, and Bangladesh is relatively better, that is 50th position. India has done well in political empowerment. India has improved 18th position, but India is very poor in health and survival. The India's ranking is under this dimension is 150th, and in economic participation also India has done very poor. India's ranking is 149th position. So this is the overall findings for India. So you can remember that India's position, that is 112, and it can be asked in your examination. Let's discuss some other finding also. India is the only country where the economic gender gap is larger than the political gender gap. So you can see that our economic gender gap is larger than the political gender gap. And India's overall representation for women in companies board is only 13.8%. For China, it is more worse, that is only 9.7%. The four countries, Pakistan, India, Vietnam and China, has very low level of health and survival for women, and there is a huge gap between women and men for health facilities. So you can see the difference. Let's discuss little bit about World Economic Forum. It is an international organization for public-private cooperation, and it was established in 1971 as a non-profit foundation. The headquarters is at Geneva. This can be asked in the examination, so you can remember that. It is an independent and impartial organization and not tied to any special interest. It strives for efforts to demonstrate entrepreneurship in global public interest while upholding the highest standard of governance. So it tried to help countries to maintain highest standards of governance. So this is the overall crux for World Economic Forum. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, like, share and comment. Thank you and happy learning.